more.
Good. All right. So, what would you do if you were to find out that your child was receiving a substandard education that was well below the average of your state's average test scores? But there was a way that could be changed, but nobody was doing anything really to fix it, and nobody was really helping the solution out at all. Substandard and overcrowded school conditions due to lack of funding have detrimental effects on students and on a student's education and on their future. I'm a resident of the Cedar Rapids area, and I have children who have experienced the Cedar Rapids School District and the quality that they offer their students and the quality of education that they have. The Cedar Rapids School District is well below the Iowa average in education standards, and it could be remedied through tax revenues through the proposed casino in Linn County, and inevitably bring a great deal of money back into the community and back into the school district. I want to address the issue of the Cedar Rapids schools first. Lack of proper funding has caused Cedar Rapids schools to be overstretched and underperforming. Test scores are, on average, are about 3 to 5% lower than the average school in the state of Iowa, with graduation rates only being 84% when the rest of the state is an average of 88%. Schools are overcrowded with a 16-to-1 student to teacher ratio. So for every 16 students, there's one teacher. That's the average in the district, with some of the more crowded high schoolers having more of an 18-to-1 ratio. And Iowa's average is actually 14-to-1, so 14 students to 1. So we're really kind of pushing our numbers up there from what the rest of the state offers. So there's a clear relationship between the shortage of teaching staff and student performance here in our city and in our school district. And a big reason for that is lack of proper funding. So a big issue that people have, though, here in this city is they don't want their taxes increased. Like, don't raise my taxes. I'm already offering enough up. So they don't want that to affect their property taxes or their state taxes they pay. Well, a casino that's proposed in the city of Cedar Rapids would bring a great deal of tax revenue, and much of that would go directly to the school district and to helping fund the schools. It would also benefit the community. It would benefit the economy by boosting jobs and boosting tax revenue across the city. Casinos across Iowa bring in approximately $401 million in local taxes, state taxes, and county taxes. And all of that has direct effect on the education of the area. Riverside Casino alone pays $2 million a year in property taxes. On top of that, they also pay $3.2 million to a local nonprofit that decides where the money gets distributed to, and it usually goes to public safety as well as education. And so it's easy to see how having a casino in our area would help direct some more funds to the much needed education system here in our city. So the proposed location for the casino was supposed to be on First Avenue on the east side, just across from the Doubletree Convention Center, and then it was going to be funded. They had raised funding from 100 different local investors. They had raised up to $10 million, so there wasn't going to be a big hit on the taxpayer. It was all being privately funded from local businessmen. So let's take a look at how a casino would affect our school district here. The Gazette says that estimates that up to 30% of Riverside Casino's business comes from the Cedar Rapids and Linn County area. So a lot of our business is going to the Riverside Casino and helping benefit their community and their taxpayers and their school district. When all of that tax benefit, some of it gets pulled together and goes out to different counties across the state, but only 0.1% actually comes back to Lynn County. So we're paying 1/3 of their revenue, but we're only getting 0.1% back to support this county here. So I say it's time to bring money back into our county, time to bring money back into our community. Instead of pushing the business up to Waterloo or down to Riverside, we should put one of these casinos to bring business and bring money into our community and help our district. Property taxes from the casino will be prioritized towards the school district and towards public safety, the same as some of these other casinos. They're sponsored by nonprofits. It's state law that they have to be sponsored by a nonprofit that distributes out that money. And so they pay a certain fund to them, and then a lot of that money does go back to the district. So we have to ask ourselves, what is it worth to provide a better education system for our students? It's obvious that the city of Cedar Rapids education system is falling behind the rest of the state, and this proposed casino would redirect funds for school improvement as well as staffing our students. So the biggest reason why it hasn't pushed through yet is because the Iowa Gaming Commission based their decision on the fact that it's going to take business away from these other nearby casinos. It's going to take that 1/3 away from the Riverside or the Waterloo casinos. But in reality, I feel that it's time to bring that back to us, bring some of that revenue back to our community instead of us paying it out to other people or other counties. We need to bring it back here, and it's time to bring it back to our own children. Thank you. That is all.